Hello? Oh no, there's a bomb in the orphanage! And it'll go off if there's not a review of Superman! I know just what to do! Hello, operator? Yeah, okay, I'll hold. Yeah, oh. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I heard the explosion too. Okay, yep, thanks. What's up, y'all? It's me, your boy. I saw Superman. Let's talk about it. Don't forget, y'all, like, comment, subscribe. The overall feel of this movie, really solid. If you're looking for a good time, make you feel good, this is the place to go. This stands apart from most of the MCU stuff where with the MCU as it is now, it's kind of like a tongue-in-cheek, like, isn't it so stupid that we're in tights and we're fighting? Isn't that, like, so stupid? With Superman, it's like, I am in tights, I am purposefully looking stupid, we're gonna have a good time. That's what Superman's about. Oh my god, I love Superman, I love James Gunn's movies, I love the DC Universe, I love comic books, I love silliness, I love to laugh. Everything I wanted out of a movie, I got out of it in this. Were there issues with it? Yeah, I still got issues with it. Everyone, your favorite movies, I'm sure there's one little thing where you're like, But this movie, it's not the best movie that's ever been made. It might not even be the best movie this year. It's definitely not James Gunn's best movie, but it is still solid. It's still a good time. It's still worth a watch. With the MCU as it is now, like there's a bunch of pitfalls that the MCU has portrayed over the course of the years that they've been around, but this is so outlandish and so weird and so big. The amount of world building that had to have taken place in the DC universe for this movie to exist had to have been astronomical leading up to this. And obviously with the movies that are coming out because of this movie, we're going to see way more of it, which I really appreciate. Most MCU stuff, like Spider-Man, it's set in New York. There is no world building really that's happening. The only world building is the fact that Spider-Man is bitten by a radioactive spider, which the world building in that is if a spider became radioactive, it would fucking die. In this world of DC, there's multiple new landmarks. Obviously, you have Metropolis, you got Gotham, Star City, Star Labs. In the background, I saw multiple Stag Industries, which is a Batman, I guess you can consider him an antagonist. There was a reference to Maxwell Lord, another antagonist. I appreciate this movie for taking risks. Most Marvel movies don't take risks. This got weird. There's kaijus and men made of elements and babies and black hole rivers. There's a whole bunch of weirdness happening in this movie, and Marvel doesn't seem to do that. The craziest bit was, Tony Stark putting together an arc reactor in a cave with a box of scraps. Isn't that so crazy? Isn't that so risky? It's so quaint anymore. I don't know, why am I talking so much crap? I love Iron Man. I don't know why I'm talking crap on Iron Man right now. Hey, Lex. I bet I can guess your favorite animal. Is it the bald eagle? Soundtrack's awesome. Soundtrack knocked it out of the park. The original Superman theme obviously always brings a smile to my face. And even the fact that Clark Kent, Kal-El Superman, likes punk rock, I find so funny and endearing and actually on brand for his character. Because he wants to be rebellious, but the brand of punk rock that he listens to, not even close. It's just a good, feel good, have a good time. We're all having a good time. So the source material was treated obviously with respect. They took some liberties with some stuff. They created new characters like the Hammer of Barovia. Krypto being a bit of a mangy mutt, that's, I think, a new take. I haven't really seen that in any other Superman medium. But I really appreciate that instead of going a golden age or a modern age kind of like comic book take, they went with Silver Age. which is an untapped market in the comic book movie industry. It's like they're going weird with it. They're referencing his hypno glasses. The f*** are we talking about hypno glasses for? Okay, casting. Everything was spot on. There is not a weak link in this cast. The characterization of Guy Gardner, didn't expect that to ever reach the big screen. Especially didn't expect Nathan Fillion. And I especially didn't expect the fact that his portrayal was so strong and so accurate. Mr. Terrific, even though I am a giant comic book nerd, I've read countless Green Lantern, Batman, and Superman comics, as well as some Marvel as well. I'm more of a DC person. I didn't know who Mr. Terrific was. He doesn't pop up in at least the stuff that I read. So the fact that it seems that they honored his character so well. And he was able to bring such a strong portrayal and introduce a character to me, who's a big comic book nerd. I really appreciated that. I thought that was really cool. It was really fun. The personification of Superman. I gotta be honest, even though I was relatively optimistic about James Gunn's rendition of Superman, I was a little cautious. I was a little concerned and curious about if he would be able to pull off the personification of Superman. I didn't know if he had this sentimentality of Superman. I didn't know if he could be able to pull that kind of writing out or a performance or even find a person capable of being the big blue Boy Scout, but he did. And David Corenswet, even though I just saw the movie, he actually might be my favorite Superman. Christopher Reeves is still classic. He's still up there. There's on the Mount Rushmore of Superman portrayals, there's probably about 20 or 30 of them. But David Corenswet's definitely on there. He did a solid job. Very earnest and kind. And that's what Superman is. Lois. I was going to call her Lois Griffin. Not right. Lois Lane. Her portrayal might have been the most comic accurate. She was quick. She was tough. She was no nonsense. Very closed off, too. And a woman of her work. It was interesting to see Lois and Clark in the beginning of their relationship. Usually when we see these characters, they're usually already in the throes of a relationship. It's really interesting to see them like in the turbulent portion of a relationship. In the original Superman movie, it was their blossoming relationship. What was that? Batman versus Superman. They were already in it. So it was interesting to see them in the first 3 months together, which that was cool. Jimmy Olsen, in my opinion, basically making his cinematic debut. That was fantastic. He might have been the show stealer for me. I love Jimmy Olsen in this. Very funny, and he's basically known as Superman's best friend. I'm thinking about the scene of him in the alleyway. Just really good stuff. That guy, like whoever that guy is, I want to see more of him. I want to see more of Jimmy Olsen. Honestly, give me a mini-series of Jimmy Olsen just going to a strip club. That's what I want to see out of my life. I just want to see Jimmy Olsen in awkward situations. That's going to be a good time. And Steve Lombard. Beck Bennett's portrayal of Steve Lombard, super solid. Oh my God, fantastic. What's that? They should like, comment, and subscribe. Whew! That was my great-grandmother. All right, now I got to talk about the things that I don't want to say I didn't like. I liked everything in this movie. I thought it was a really solid movie. If you've heard bad things about it, I would like you to, obviously, who am I? I'm some idiot I'm an idiot and internet personality, I guess. Now I am. That's weird to say. Anyway, if you're going to hate this movie, just hate it yourself. Don't listen to other people. Go into it. Form your own opinion. You don't have to see it in theaters. I would recommend you try and see it in theaters, but obviously see it at home. Just put it on, see if it's actually worth the hate. It's not. I really liked it. It was solid. Hey Lex. I bet I can guess your fate. No. I promise it's not. Hey Lex. I bet I can guess your favorite video game. I promise it's not going to be a joke. It's not going to be a joke. Baldur's Gate. Okay, I have to say, even though Nicholas Hoult absolutely killed it as Lex Luthor, crushed it, in my opinion, might be the best Lex Luthor. Really solid, very scary. He represented everything that I've understood Lex Luthor to be in the source material. I will say this, how Lex Luthor was written was slightly underwhelming, but only at the end. So this is like a Kylo Ren situation. So if you've seen the Star Wars sequel trilogies, Kylo Ren starts off super powerful. You're introduced to this character. He's holding up a laser, which we hadn't seen in Star Wars before. The laser's just static. Like, he kills a guy in cold blood. Like, he's just super intimidating and powerful, and he comes out of nowhere, and he's just like this presence. Then by the end of the movie, he's beat up by a stormtrooper who's never used a lightsaber. And that's it. So Kylo Ren was, for the filmmakers, a surrogate for the toxic Star Wars fandom that had taken place over the course of the years. It was a character who was obsessed with Darth Vader, and he wanted to rejuvenate the past and do all this stupid stuff. Then at the end of the movie, the writers and filmmakers of this forgot that they were supposed to make a proper villain instead of a stand-in punching bag for them to attack. And then at the end, they just made him really dumb and weak, instead of making him more powerful and stronger and making the heroes feel hopeless. I'm not saying that's what Lex did. He didn't. There were many points in this where I'm like, holy shit, Lex is winning, that's it. It's just the final moment, the last 15 minutes of the movie, all of the tension was completely deflated. Simply because the most powerful metahuman to ever exist is in a room with just some squishy businessman. I don't know. That's just how it is. I just wish there was like one little extra thing. I was really pleased with the fact that they were willing to lean into the goofiness of this world. I think this lends itself better to James Gunn's sensibilities. James Gunn, as a person, seems to be a little more whimsical and odd and goofy. And Marvel doesn't necessarily lend itself to that. You know, Spider-Man is a teenage kid living in Queens. And sometimes he fights men in vulture machines. That's kind of it. I mean, Batman, one of the most grounded characters in DC, he's fighting people who've lived through Mesopotamia and clay people. And he's the grounded one. He's the street level hero. Oh, comment below. What are you looking forward to in the new DC franchise? My people, they need me.